Hey everyone, it's great to see you all again. I'm at a local park and I wanted to talk about today something that I've been thinking about recently a lot and something that I think a lot of landscape photographers struggle with. So today we're going to go around, take some photos, then we're going to really take a deep dive into this topic and explore a few ways that you can approach it. So I hope you all enjoy. If you enjoy the content and want to see more exclusive, unreleased videos along with additional perks, consider joining my Patreon. It would mean the world and would help me create more content for you all to enjoy. Thank you. And what I'm talking about is the feeling or the urge of feeling like you have to go somewhere spectacular or grandiose to capture images that you're really proud of. So today we're just going to be going around my local park and photographing things that you see in your everyday life, that whether that be trees or leaves or the ground, flowers, something just super on the surface, very basic, but something we're going to try to turn it into something super interesting and something that we're really proud of. So today, since we can't really rely on the landscape to almost carry our photo in a way, we're going to really be focusing on the details. So looking close at the wildflowers or the shapes, textures, and colors are really what we're focusing on today. So look around, follow the light. The light is going to be the best indicator of where you want to head or look for photos. So just finding interesting pockets of light, interesting textures, interesting shapes and colors is what we're really going to be looking for. And so this first composition is a fairly simple one. I just have the camera set up here in a field of these purple flowers, and then there's that one right kind of sticking up out of the rest. And then I'm actually going to go for more of a portrait look. I'm not actually going to focus stack this or use a very closed aperture. I'm going to try to blur out the background just so we get really focused on that one. More of like a macro photography look maybe, and then I'm hoping that there's a lot of bees around. I'm hoping one bee lands on that flower. I'm going to be here for a couple minutes and see if we can get that. So let's see how this shot turned out. So I did get lucky enough to have the bee land on the flower. However, this definitely wasn't my favorite photo of the day. So I moved on to another batch of flowers, and here's what I captured. So this next composition I found this really cool looking tree. It's got all the branches kind of spiraling up and the sun's behind it. Got my tripod set up here like this, and the Sony A7R II, you're not able to flip the screen up, so I'm actually using an app called Cascable to look at my composition, which is a really cool app actually that you can use for any brand of camera, and it just allows you to look at what you're doing, and you can also shoot from the app, which is really cool too. So yeah, I got it set up here so it's kind of the trunk of the tree leading up to the sun, and then I'm hoping that I can get the sun peeking through one of these holes here and act like a sun star. So yeah, we'll see if that happens. After the rain started, I headed over to a viewpoint that overlooked the hills, and this is what I was greeted with. Although this wouldn't be considered ideal weather, I really love the depth that was created within the layers between the trees. It's really focusing on the details here and textures. I'm looking at this tree, and to me it almost looks like it has scales on it. And so I'm using the 100 to 400 lens. There's the tree. I'm using the 100 to 400 lens to kind of really zoom in and compress so there's not much curvature like around the tree. If I were to use like a wide angle and just get close, it would kind of, I just want a flat image and not much distortion. So that's what we're looking at here. I'm going to take a couple photos here and really just enhance that texture and depth with some dodging and burning later in Lightroom or Photoshop. So that's really what we're focused on here. Another thing I forgot to mention is that I'm also using f16, so that way I don't have to focus stack later on. Thank you all so much for watching this week's video. I really hope you enjoyed. If you didn't already know, I did start a Discord server for all of you to come together, connect with each other, share photos, and give feedback. I'll also be hosting monthly contests to get your photos featured in the Discord. I just wanted to reiterate how important it is to just go out and shoot. No matter where you're at, the best thing you can do to improve your photography is to take photos. And if you're not able to take photos, practice editing your photos. If you're not able to do that either, mentally practice. Unfortunately, you can't get better at anything if you don't do that thing. Besides that, if you could subscribe to my weekly newsletter for weekly updates, as well as like and follow my Facebook page for daily updates. But other than that, thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.